Hey guys, something I noticed the other day. Well, it's something I've noticed before, and then I guess I work on it and maybe fix it, but then it keeps creeping back into my banks game. So what you watch here is not what the six does. Ideally, the six is going to bank here, cross corner. But watch what the cue ball does when I shoot this. Drifted forward. If I say drifted, because it didn't roll forward. If I would hit this with follow, and put roll on the ball, then it's definitely rolling forward. Can't believe I missed that shot, but that's fine. What I try to do on my banks, and I've said this before in some videos, is I try to hit them hard enough to get on a straight in shot like this to get the cue ball to stop with a little bit of bottom. I'm not trying to draw back. I'm not trying to follow forward. I'm certainly not trying to get the cue ball to drift forward. So what I'm trying to do, let's see if I can get that right, is that. When I watch some of my old videos, and an awful lot of times, especially when I make a bunch of banks in a row, again, I break and bank 5 every night. So I have videos of this stuff. And most of the time, I guess when I'm in the zone or whatever you want to call it, the cue ball is doing that slight forward drift thing. I don't like it. And obviously I like making balls, but I don't like the fact that this cue ball is not sliding into the object ball. It is not rolling into the object ball. It is not backspinning into the object ball. It's like halfway between a slide and a roll. And to me, that just seems like one of the worst ways to hit a ball. Not really knowing, well, what's the cue ball going to be doing when it hits the six? Because that makes a difference to where's the cue ball going to end up for the next shot. Is it going to drift forward to this rail? Is it going to be a stop shot? Is it going to be somewhere in between? And for me, a lot of times, it seems like it ends up somewhere in between. That one only drifted just a very little bit. But that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to hit a stop shot when I can on a straight in shot. I'm trying to hit a stop shot. So I know where that cue ball is going to be. But when I get, like I said, when I get, too relaxed or whatever, get in whatever, people can get into the zone and get into dead stroke and pool. But very rarely does anybody ever get into dead stroke in bank pool. And people that can do that are not named Dave Silts. But I can bank pretty well sometimes. So maybe as close as I'm capable of coming to being in the bank pool zone at times. But when that cue ball does that, it bothers me. I mean, like I said, sure, it's great that the ball went in the hole. But what if the shape I was playing for the next shot, and I don't play a lot of shape in bank pool. Most of the even really good bankers don't play a lot of shape. It's more like a zone position. I think I've mentioned before, shoot a shot, not playing shape to bank this 10 after I bank the 9 back here, but put the cue ball where, yeah, it's going to be a possible shot. I'm not trying to put the cue ball right here so I have the world's easiest duck. Because then I could get split brain syndrome, whatever. Banks are a hard enough shot anyway without having to worry about that. So in bank pool, a lot of people they just kind of just play, okay, where can I get another shot? Maybe not a perfect shot, but another shot. And me, in this case right here, I'd much rather shoot a stop shot on this 9 straight back not draw back, in that case like I just did. I'd rather have shot a stop shot than have the cue ball drifting to some random location. No matter what it did in this area, I'm still probably going to be able to bank to 10, or at least have a makeable shot at the 10. But wouldn't it be nicer if the darn ball would just stop like I want it to? Like I want it to just stop. And I can just make the 10 from right there. Instead of maybe from here, maybe from here, maybe from here. Just some semi-random place in this area. This can make a difference for getting shape on my next shot, stuff like that. It's one of those things that I guess I haven't decided if I'm going to worry about it anymore. I've worried about this kind of thing in the past. And I spent a lot of time basically making sure that my cue ball doesn't drift forward on my bank shots. And that maybe have been taking away from some of my ability to actually make a shot. It's like, well, at least the cue ball didn't drift forward. Yeah, but you missed the bank, Dave. That's not a very good trade-off, in my opinion. Drift forward. I hit the cue ball low. You'll see it on the video. I hit it low, but I'm not hitting it with a good enough stroke to really get it to stop in a lot of cases. It's doing that slight drifting motion. It's annoying. And another reason is you don't want a ball, I don't want a ball to be halfway between a slide and a roll. Not just because there's a random position that the cue ball is going to be left in, semi-random, but like an object ball, could not possibly care less how fast it goes into this pocket, whether it's spinning when it goes into that pocket. It doesn't care. It's going into the pocket. But on a bank shot, the object ball absolutely does care what kind of spin it has on, what speed and stuff it has on. And here I'm kind of talking about, if I get a ball here, let's put it here, up close to that cushion. If I hit this with a sliding cue ball, then the 8 is close enough to this cushion. If I shoot it at firm enough speed, the 8's still going to be sliding when it hits that cushion. If I shoot it with follow, the 8 might even be backing up a little bit when it hits the cushion. Maybe. It's going to have a little bit different action on it when it hit that cushion because it was so close. And bank shots, the object ball absolutely cares about little things like that, and little things like what spin, even some minuscule amount of spin is on this object ball can make you miss a bank. Now, these are easy enough shots, but I don't know, let's set up something I can really butcher on the internet, because the internet likes it when I butcher a shot. I'm going to bank the 12 straight back here. I do practice this kind of shot a lot. But that 12 is absolutely going to care how much forward roll it has by the time it hits that foot rip. Or is it going to have any forward roll? I'm trying to hit a stop shot on this. The 8's going to have a little bit, or the 12 is going to have a little bit of forward roll when it hits that. But it should be a fairly predictable amount. If I accidentally have a little bit of top on the cue ball, or a little bit of like that in between, halfway between sliding and rolling, then that 12 is not going to have the same spin on it when it hits the foot rail. And it can absolutely make a difference, because I can be up here and my judgment can be perfect, my stroke can be perfect and all that, well, perfectly straight. But if the cue ball is doing something that I wasn't expecting it to do, then that means the 12 is going to be doing something that I wasn't expecting to do, that my judgment and my inner pool player and all that were not expecting it to do. So it doesn't matter how perfect or whatever I might be up here and with my stroking motion, if the 12 is going to do something that I wasn't expecting, then whether or not it goes in is kind of up to chance. And I don't like that. I'd much rather shoot a stop shot action at that shot. You can see that I mishit that because the cue ball went forward. Not only did the cue ball go forward, it went this way, which means I cut the ball a little bit. I wasn't trying to cut the ball. This shot right here is set up for a full ball hit. So it's 500 feet away, something like that. And I have all the eyes, but I didn't want that cue ball to drift forward. Next time I cut it again. My hat's on too tight. Do you ever think that? Try to hit this ball dead in the face for once in your life, David. Okay, just like that. That's what I would like to do on that shot every time. Put me in a tournament, give me ball in hand, banging a spot shot. That's what I'm going to shoot. That's what I'm going to try to shoot. But a lot of times I'll cut it, cue ball drift forward. When the cue ball drifts forward, that's the part that bothers me. Because that is absolutely affecting the object ball. And what's the object ball going to be doing when it hits this rail? Is it going to be sliding, partially sliding, full on roll? What's it going to be doing? Makes a big difference in bank shots. Am I going to worry about it? You know, at this point, I'm really not. Every now and then, I am going to pay attention to it and maybe try just a little bit harder to not get that drifting forward action, unless for some reason I want it. It's called a stun run through. You can do that on purpose. It's just not my favorite way to shoot. My favorite way to maneuver the cue ball around is that stun run through stuff. I don't have the control that a lot of people have on shots like that. But I don't think I want to basically waste any more brain power trying to hone my stroke and all that, so I never get that drifting action. If the balls are going in, the balls are going in. And I think I'd rather have the balls go in than have the cue ball stop dead and the ball miss. Maybe I'm just weird that way. Thanks, guys.